Welcome back to the Maven and Fwiz show here in the Call of Duty Season 3 playoffs at the new MLG Columbus Arena, and we've had one hell of a start to the Saturday, some crazy series. We finally had a 3-0 from OpTic Gaming. Yeah. They really stepped up in the last series, but if you're just tuning in, what we have going on right now is going to be Envy versus OpTic Nation, so back-to-back OpTic games. You saw a good result as an OpTic fan the last game. We'll see if Nation can come back being down 0-1 right now.
Yeah, because I mean, a lot of, since these OpTic games went back-to-back, you were probably, as an OpTic fan, hyped up with what Gaming was able to do because last night they were pretty disappointing. It was a close match, but that game 5 was like wildly disappointing for OpTic fans out there.
They had a player disappear kind of in every game, and then all four.
And then Skunk literally lost his Stums in game number 5. So they were able to find it. That 3-0 is probably what they needed. For themselves.
Well, enjoy the death threats you're getting for that one.
Yeah, I know, right? My Twitter's going to get deactivated by the time I get back to it. And then you go into Nation. This is a tough matchup for them. They've got to play at a high level for them to be able to pull this one out. They were kind of doing some things right in that domination game, but they weren't. That was Envy's to lose right there, to be honest with you.
Not only is this a key player matchup, we're going to look up, this is the most important game we talked about for us here in this series. Now, looking at this is, again, the online stats against each other. 1.47 S&D KD for Nameless. That's ridiculous. Ricky, not too shabby either with 1.26.
Especially with how much Ricky carries the bomb and gets the bomb down for his squad, too.
Yeah,
so you're looking at a Slayer versus an objective player for his team, So, like, you can see Nameless, the only reason he got 3% of plants is him picking it up from a dead objective player's body.
3%, I think he actually maybe avoided picking it up.
Yeah, I know,
like,
right?
Oh, well, the bomb's down. I'm last alive. I'm just going to leave it. I'll go get kills.
I know. It is that low. So Ricky's a very impressive search and destroy player. I think, again, what Kill is able to do as well for this team. OpTic Nation has more, they've got the skill set to pull this one out away from Envy, but they need to do that. They don't have any choice. If they're going to have any shot at pulling the series out, it starts with them. And I think, honestly, Envy's their biggest roadblock. Fizzerp had a lot of truth when he said OpTic Nation has the potential to win this tournament, but going through Envy, it's just a hell of a roadblock for these guys.
Well, look at this stat. OpTic Nation, 75% win rate on S&D, Envy 53%. So both of them win at a high rate. 75, though, quite a bit better than 53.
That's insane. If you think about all the matches, that's how, 75% is a pretty profound number for this team. So they should, they should be able to pull this one out.
Now, one thing to point out, maybe those of you that aren't that familiar with the S&D Warhawk, is very different than every other S&D in this game. This is one of the few maps, the only map where offense
in the history of Call of Duty,
offense is favored over defense.
So
we'll go on with the offense here. We're going to go with Miracles, who was the crazy beast S&D player yesterday. Now, well, look, you pretty much see everyone. Look at, we're going to have a huge flank coming, I think.
Yeah, this is a great strat that's coming out. So you go ahead and you overload A. If they're not running down the lane, then you can assume, obviously, that they're at B. So it allows you to. However, Embos is going to cover the flank here, but this is going to leave Miracles exposed because someone's at Water Tower. He gets taken out. So it's a risky play there, but now they've overwhelmed it because you didn't get the bomb down right away at B. You're now completely overwhelmed by this team. So Ricky and Embos pick up 2 very big kills on Formal and Nameless to kind of turn the tide. So now it's a 2v2. You got JCap and Merc going against Embos and Ricky. This is a good matchup.
Ricky saw him. He's going to challenge. He's going to lose that gunfight, though. Bo's going to be last alive versus Merc and JCap. Good starts for Envy. They had one player really defending B, and he killed the bomb carrier, even though 3 were flanking. Good stuff. And they are at a spot to hold this down. 30 seconds left on the clock. Bomb's down there. Is he going to check loading? He's just going to sprint. He's crazy.
Yeah, that was reckless. Because I like what he did because he went through gate because he knew that both of them were down on that side, right? That one was either by white truck, and he knew that one was in loading docks. Obviously not if he just scrambled there.
Yeah,
but
he did not think
I thought he was making that assumption by going that way to kind of cut him off, but not able to pull it out there. Great strat by Envy off the very get-go of that map. So let's see how they're able to do it as we jump on the offensive side of things. Merc, who was able to get 3 kills in that last round, is definitely the hot hand, and they're going to give him the bomb as they are making an A push. Usually you see more people go B bomb route here. It's not that A is unconventional. It's just probably the less traveled route, but they're set up great as they were able to move quickly into the A bomb site. Nation's going to have to kind of come back and try to compensate for that.
And we'll see. They have a player from the He's going to win that gunfight, but the nades do come in, and just like
Embos,
that, Formal left by himself. He's got the sniper. Going to be able to get the close range snipe there. He's got 2 left to beat. Oh, he's nuts. He's going to pull the sniper here, peek this corner. Oh, God, there's the headshot. 1v1. Ricky versus Formal. He's heating up with the sniper.
He's over there.
And is he going to get an angle? He doesn't. This is going to be wild.
He definitely knows he's over there. The way it just seems like the way Formal's playing, he has an idea that he's over there.
And there's the 1v3 from Formal.
Gosh.
Look at the smile.
Yeah, I bet.
Both of those
Yo,
snipes.
that was nuts. That was snipes to the face like that, too. And then
you don't usually see him in that 5 to 10 yard radius either much in this game.
let alone literally within 3 inches. I mean, somebody just rolled up and just took him out. So nice shooting. Yeah, Ricky's even like, you got to be kidding me.
Oh, fantastic.
Ricky, I got the same face. If I was playing, I would have the same face.
Well, that's, you saw him being the sniper when he first came over. One of the best snipers in Halo history, showing it there. We're going to kick things off with Bose. He's going to be one rocking the Ricky Remington here as he is going to throw that concussion across. He'll be the one, it looks like, watching the flank. Not as quick of a 3-person flank. They're kind of spread across the map right now.
Let's see, Embo's just playing a little bit patiently here. You can see your bomb carrier Miracles. He's kind of hanging out. They moved in last time towards B so quickly. Miracles tried to get the bomb down. He was punished by Water Tower. You can tell that he's not going to make that same mistake twice. Now he's going to get it bombed as Killa was able to pick up. But now Nameless comes from post. So I can tell that Miracles is going to get frustrated here soon because he's not getting the coverage. Like, you just, give him 5 seconds so he can get the bomb down. Ricky's going to pick up a nice kill there on Nameless, leaving only Merc up for Envy in a 2v1. He does pick up 1v1, Killa versus Merc. Let's see how this one goes down. They do know where the bomb is because Nameless took out Miracles. They're more than aware that it's sitting on B.
All right, let's see. We might be able to give you guys some split screen action here. We're going to try and get Killa and Merc for both of you right now so you can watch how this plays out. We're watching Merc right now. There you go. We got both screens for you. 22 seconds left. There comes a knife from Killa. Well, that's a crazy one to watch on the split screen.
No.
Here I come.
Because I'm a Killa. Look at that. Oh, man, Merc was like,
where did that come from, you terrifying Wookiee beard?
Yeah, I mean, he was probably scared after that. So nice play by OpTic Nation at the hands of Killa. They're going to get a point on the board, and they needed that for a lot of reasons. You don't want to go down 3-0 and search, man.
No, you don't. And I'm going to start off with Formal. Him and Merc really carrying the load right now. Hard to not start here after that hot sniping round we saw out of him last time. He's going to be the one watching gate. I'm going to actually switch to Merc because he's going to want to be a little more aggressive here. There's a player on the defense who got in close. He's ran the bomb. They actually got eyes on him. First blood going to go to Merc. Bo's down. Nameless down as well. We're in a 3v3 here. There's 2 players on defense kind of around Zig. It's going to be difficult for him to get this bomb down. As soon as he tries, he's going to get pushed. But Formal picks up 2 more. Ricky last alive here, trying to get in shots, and he will eventually drop to Merc. But look at, well, I said it was been the Merc and Formal show, and they pick up 2 more each. They're both 7-2. The other half of their team, Nameless and JCap, currently account for 1 kill.
Yeah, JCap started slow last game, but he ended up doing well because remember, we were pretty impressed with how everybody in Envy ended up finishing. But it's also, look, 1-0 is not okay, but when you have 2 teammates that are just like destroying, it's also hard to get kills at that point too. So when you're playing well, I mean, 14 kills, they're taking a lot of them off the board away from Nameless and JCap. So we'll see if that's going to continue. I don't see why it wouldn't, as we are on board with Miracles. He's 0-4, but can't give him any flack because he hasn't got the coverage to get a bomb down. Yeah. And now it's making him have to play like way more passive as he's trying to wait till somebody gets a first blood. And even when he did, Killa got a first blood last time, he was vulnerable to the post office. So he is not going to plant here until he is certain that he has some coverage.
The 2 times he tried to plant, there was really only 1 player from Envy in position to kill him,
and
2
both
players covering him, and the coverage did not happen. So you got to think he's screaming at his team. He's very frustrated right now. If he gets picked here again,
he's got this. He's in a good area. He's got nobody post office. He'll be able to get it down, and he did. Yeah. So you got 2 players kind of over in the Water Tower area. And he was able to get out. Now it's only Miracles and Embos that are up here, and they're in a 2v3 situation. Embos is going to take out JCap and even it up at a 2v2. So this is going to allow to open it up. Now Miracle is going to go all the way around here, so he'll be able to push from the Water Tower side. Formal's already down here trying to make a play, so they've kind of swapped sides. Embo's going to get the kill on Formal, 2v1. Miracles and Embo's up, going against Merc. Merc's right here trying to get some shots off, does get a hit marker, picks up the kill. 13 seconds left. And let's see what they're able to do is right in front of him. And he does see him there. And he's going to get the kill, but not able to get the defuse. So, and the disrespect, man. You don't really see that out of Merc too much, but at 9-2, he's feeling fresh.
Oh, he really is. He's playing incredible. You know, people said G Fenity, really, that was kind of a breakout ghost event for him and Formal. They both just played out of their minds. And since then, they've just been incredible sub-players for this side. And still, I mean, I'll keep saying it. Look at this. They account for 17 of their 19 kills right now.
Yeah, that's pretty insane.
All right, so let's go on with Merc on the 4 streak. He is the bomb carrier as well. Again, offense, the favored side in S&D Warhawk. We'll see if they'll be able to get this one down uncontested. On the flip side, OpTic Nation, that was really the first time they were able to get it down uncontested, and it resulted in a win.
And Merc going to get this bomb down. He looks like he'll have no problem. As you can see, all the OM players are middle street here. So the bomb does get down. Envy's actually in a good setup to stop this. Merc's going to pick up one, Killa pushing through. He's going to wait to see if anybody else has come through. And it's tough, man. We see it on the Oracle, so it's always just plain as day when we see it. But Merc was not able to do the same. Embos takes out Nameless, switching over to Formal. And he's going to have to hold down 3 guys from the loading dock. This is going to be tough.
He gets one. There's another one basically by White Truck. I think the other was he rotated the gate, actually. He saw that player, but the pinch is coming. As soon as he pokes, he's in trouble. He's going to drop there, and they have just enough time. That was close. He needed to survive, 3-4 more seconds?
I know.
Would have delayed that, but it's tough in a 1v3.
Yeah, in a 1v3, and even at that point, since he was getting pinched, he had to push one of the players. And that it's tough coming out of loading docks because when you jump out, you're just so vulnerable to everybody. So 3-3. These guys are going toe-to-toe with one another. It's exactly what we expected. We'll see how, honestly, though, think about where this game would be if Envy had JCap and Nameless just kind of contribute just a little bit more. Also, we continue to talk about Miracles. The guy just can't get, the bomb down enough. He's only been able to get one plant out of all of these runs here. So Nation's going to have to be a little bit stronger on offense. Well, but great first blood by both.
Yep, he was the guy. He's been the guy watching the flight, but Formal's going to answer back with the snipe there. So a bit of a trade working out in the favor. Well, it really just depends if they can get the bomb down. That's going to be Miracles. He's actually poking out, trying to help here. Did he get eyes on that player? He did. That player is going to run away, going to rotate back in here to post. He's got pretty much a free bomb plan if he gets a little bit of coverage. Who's the player mid-map, though? That's going to be Merc.
Somebody's got to cover his post because now he's going to get pushed from post if no one picks this up.
He's got time to stop it, and he gets caught again, man. Miracles has got to be so frustrated right now. It's unbelievable. He's going to get both. Are they talking to each other right now? Ricky, last alive in a 1v3.
Sloppy.
And, that's really what it's been. That's not what you expect from OpTic Nation. The team that's supposed to be arguably the best at S&D, they're leaving Miracles all by himself. He just doesn't have any coverage. And they know the game better than I do. But I can tell what I'm seeing. I can tell when I'm seeing someone not get covered trying to get that bomb plant down.
Absolutely. So that's going to be another one for Envy as Merc was able to just get behind enemy lines and put another 2 very critical kills on the board as he was able to push the bomb planner and Docs. So now 4-3.
The one bright side, though, Fwiz, for OpTic Nation, since the slang has been, coming from Merc and Formal so much, they are ahead in kills. This has been pretty back and forth. If it comes down to around 11, though, the favor technically would be with OpTic Nation right now.
Right. Yeah, it's true. For Bizarre, obviously, because you want to be on offense, you actually want to have less kills if the overtime comes around, which at the rate of each round being exchanged between these two teams is very likely at this point. Merc looking around, sees somebody
lose that one to Killa.
Oh, and that was tough, man. I think, his shot he didn't follow it along, so he wasn't able to get the kill. Embos takes out JCap. And, we talked a lot about how Formal and Merc have been playing. Embos has been playing phenomenal for the Nation over here. At 11-6, he's also had some very critical kills that have set the tone for his team when they've won the round. Nameless going to take out Killa. And here, again, Formal is all alone in yet another 3v1 situation.
Yeah, and he's in trouble. I mean, he's got to get the bomb, which is just sitting between a triangle of OpTic Nation players. He's got one right to his left. He's going to drop pretty much immediately. So, again, back and forth. It's 4-4. We're going to go into round 9. Let me just do a tally real quick. It's 23 kills for OpTic Nation, and I believe 26 right now for Envy. So, yeah, they're still
good simple addition, Maven.
I know. I went to schools.
That's great.
So, the one thing to look at, it's funny because you'll actually see in this, if you can't win the round, you'll see players actually try to not pick up kills.
Yeah, that's why you never like seeing a search and destroy a map that's offensive sided, because then you kind of change the way and your play style in a negative way. But let's see how they're able to handle that. Miracle is obviously continuing to hold the bomb. Now he was able to get a plant earlier, but we've spoken every round, about the struggle that Nation's had there. Ricky's going to draw first blood on Nameless. However, JCap returns the favor, but only 2 Envy players up, but Merc there is just on fire. So Killa and Miracles, as Killa drops, it's Miracles all alone here. And a 2v1, and now because of how much time stuck, he's got to get out of there. And he doesn't. Formal picks up the kill.
Yeah, Formal got the snipe there on the other player, and then while he was switching his sub, was able to jump back and keep while weak and just crush right there. 13-4 for Merc, 13-5 for Formal. 26 now of their 30. That's just ridiculous.
Yeah, that's stupid. That's insane. Both of them having 13 kills. You see sometimes one player. Yeah,
usually it's one guy in S&D
like
goes off.
Embos has got 13 for his squad.
And Miracle's 1-8, but again, we've talked at length about why he's struggling right now.
Yeah, I'm not going to give him too much flack just because of the way that his objective work has been struggled because of his teammates. Now, 5-4 here. This is obviously a huge stop that Nation needs to make here to push this in overtime, because they will get offense if they can do that. So let's see how it plays out. Oh my gosh.
That all just ended in
if you blinked
3.5 seconds, and
it's
everyone
like
just drops.
If the video buffered for a second, you just missed the entire round there, as 3 Envy players almost in quick succession was able to take out all of the OpTic Nation players. So 6-4 is going to be your final score. Team Envy going up 2-0, and that was a tough loss for OpTic Nation. They really needed to pull that one out, and they know it.
Well, we talked about JCap and Nameless struggling, but they picked up 3 out of the 4 kills in the deciding round.
They got it done at the end.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's the final round, the one that closes out, the one that matters most. You can look at the stat line there, just ridiculous numbers out of Merc, Formal, and Imbos. I don't consider myself as knowledgeable as a professional player, but what I saw there on OpTic Nations, they struggled on offense is where you can't struggle on Warhawk, and for me, it was just not great coverage on Miracles while he was trying to get those bomb plants down. You cannot let that happen. We saw one, I think it was probably 2 or 3, where there were 3 OpTic Nation players around B, and 1 player from Envy managed to slither through and get that.
And that's
kill.
a communication thing. You know, like and whether it starts with not informing the team when you're going down for the plant, like you can't always expect them to be on the mini map and paying attention to that. So it starts with that, because every time he was vulnerable or was exposed to a location that nobody was looking, so someone would come from post, or the only time that I saw that was reckless is when he put it down and they didn't play for a pick and he got taken out by Water Tower. But Miracles, no doubt, was probably frustrated with that last game. But you gotta look, you're down 2-0 to Envious. You gotta put that behind you immediately. Now they've got to rally to win 3 straight.
And whether this is basketball, hockey, whatever, that game 3, that game 5, the swing game in your best of series is a huge one. So we're going to go in the game 3 blitz that is going to be on Freight. On paper, you got to think this is one that favors Envy, unfortunately, for OpTic Nation. But we do have more COD to come. If you're an OpTic fan, get on Twitter, get hyped. They need the support. Quick commercial break. We'll be right back.